Here we go, the Orangeville Flyers versus Richmond Hill Jaguars. Brown steps in to take the draw. Loose puck picked up by Critchley. He'll bring that over the blue line. Take it wide. Quick shot blocked in front. Rebound cleared to the half boards. Picked up by Brady. He'll turn and fire. Wide of the net to the near corner. Off the boards. Picked up by Brown. Brown walks out from out behind. Has a stick check. The goaltender will jump on that. Loose puck. Rebound out front. Critchley with a backhand off the pad. Rebound to the far corner. Critchley still has it. Plays it off the boards. To the near side. Martin gets a piece of it. Back to Critchley in the corner. Critchley walks out. Pass to Brown off a skate. He was tied up. Rebound by Critchley and it's in. Flyers goal number 13, Owen Critchley. 14-16 to go in the first period. Middlehurst steps in for the draw. Middlehurst wins it, picked up by the Tigers. Quick shot out wide. Missed to the inside of the net. Hobor around the boards to the point shot. Blocker saved by Milks. Rebound out the far side. Tribble to Martin. Martin backhands that to the blue line. Adams got a piece of it to clear the zone to Middlehurst. Throws it out front. Richmond Hill goaltender will jump on that and hold it for a whistle. Middlehurst takes the draw to the left of the Richmond Hill goalie. Won by the Jaguars. Played around to the near boards. Hobar's pinching, gets it into the corner for Middlehurst. Middlehurst lets it go, bumps his man, picked up by the Jags. Around to the near boards. To the blue line, held there by Hobart. He lets a shot go. Off the glove of the goaltender. Mason with a big shot. Missed just off the side of the net. Puck cleared to the point. Tribble keeps it in, sends it back to the far corner. Middlehurst gets bumped, has the puck there. Gets it to Adams. Adams gets run over. Loose puck out front on the stick of Mason. He gives it to Tribble across to Hobart. Hobart winds up off the crossbar and out. Rebound to Tribble. He'll send that in to Mason, who touches it behind the net for Middlehurst. Adams steps in to help out front through the legs of Mason. Tribble backhands to Hobart. Hobart with another shot, missed wide. Rebound out the far side. That'll go down the center ice all the way back into the Flyer zone. Tribble to Hobart. Hobart skates it up the far wing. In over the blue line. Hobart lost it. Richmond Hill clears it to the blue line. Kept in by Campbell. He'll let a shot go. Left down by the goaltender. Yep. Hold it for a whistle. Face off to the left of the Jaguars goal. Arkema steps in to take it. Arkema wins it to Monas, spinning at the half boards. Monas lost it in the far corner. Jaguars are played around the near boards. Campbell has it lifted over his stick. Krause, he's back, not in time for icing. Arkema steps in for the draw. Jaguars win it. Picked up by Monas. He gets hit from behind. Puck cleared to the blue line and out. Down into the Flyer zone. Campbell off the near boards to Clark. Clark sends it through the legs to Arkema. Arkema over the blue line. He'll take it to the near corner. Centering attempt for Clark just off his stick. Monas picks it up behind the net. Monas still has it. Gets it to the near corner. Campbell's pinching. Campbell fires it towards the net. Gets another piece of it to the corner. Jaguars send it out the far side. Right back to the near corner. Campbell. Campbell sends it behind the Jaguars net. They'll turn and fire that down the ice. That's another icing. Brown steps in for the draw. Scrum draw picked up by the Jaguars. They'll play it off the far boards to Brady. He lost it between his legs. The center ice picked up by the Jaguars. Loose puck bounced in offside. Martin picks it up. Sends it off the ref skate to the Jaguars blue line. They'll send it out to the far end. Kept in by Brady to Critchley in the far corner. Centering attempt. Hit a skate. Critchley to Thompson. Pass back to Critchley just outside the zone. Brady to the near boards for Brown. Brown will bring it in over the blue line. Brown in some traffic. Drop pass for Thompson. Shot. Stick save. Rebound picked up by Brown in front of the net. He'll turn and fire. That hit a player and block. Puck settles down behind the net. Brown again behind to the near corner. To Brady at the slot. Brady couldn't hold on to it. Brady in the near corner. Brown drops back to help him out. Martin out behind. Pass it through the legs Thompson back to pick it up in his own zone. Thompson waiting and looking. He'll send it to Martin, waiting at center ice. Martin turns, goes in over the blue line. Plays it through the legs. Brady with the shot. Off the blocker. That'll settle down on top of the net. Middlehurst in for the draw. Scrum draw. Middlehurst had a skate on it, picked up by the Jags. They'll play it out over the blue line through center ice. In the Flyer zone, taking it to the near corner. Centering attempt blocked by Hobart. They'll send it to Mason in the near corner, who sends it out the far side for Tribble. Up to Adams, just out of his reach. Middlehurst, he's got a step. He'll pick the puck up, hits the brakes. Middlehurst out front, loose puck. Hobart. He'll carry it away. Jaguars play it out. Cross ice picked up by Adams. Nope, he just overskated it. Middlehurst back to Adams. To Tribble in his own zone. Tribble spinning. Sends it across to Campbell. Campbell back in the far corner. Sends it to the near side for Tribble. Tribble up the middle for Middlehurst. Middlehurst in over the blue line. Lost it. Hits the brakes, picks it up, gets it to the near boards. Richmond Hill plays it out to center ice. Campbell, rare misplay. Hits Mason at the blue line. Mason turns. Comes in with some speed to the far boards. Mason tried to get a backhand on that, missed the puck. Clear to the blue line. Kraus sends it back off the boards for Mason in the corner. Richmond Hill strips it, gets it to the near boards for Campbell. He keeps it in. For a second, Middlehurst. To the blue line, Campbell got a stick to clear it, kicked it in. Richmond Hill picks it up and sends it out. Shot from out front. Milks makes that easy save. Misplay by Kraus. Turns, fires up to Mason along the far boards. He plays it back to Kraus, to Campbell in the near corner. Campbell up to center ice. Mason got a piece of it, played back to Campbell at the blue line, up to Mason at center ice. He'll turn and fire that in, straight on the stick of the Jaguars player. Richmond Hill out to the face-off circle. Arkema right off the bench, bumps his man, strips the puck at center ice. Gets it to Clark. Clark and Mason trip over each other. Richmond Hill sends it to the near half boards. Campbell's there, he turns and fires, missed just wide. Kraus lifts the stick, gets the puck in deep to the far corner. Played behind. Clark strips it, gets it to Arkema, shot. Mona's with the rebound, will bury it. Flyers goal scored by number 14, Joe Monas. 7:49 to go in this first period. Arkema in for the draw. He'll win that just underneath Clark's stick. Thompson steps up, brings it down the near wing. Over the blue line, chips it in. Jaguars pick it up behind their net. Mona strips it. To the near corner for Thompson to the half boards. Thompson got a piece of it, centered it. Cleared out of the zone by Richmond Hill, down the ice into the Flyers' end. Brady in the near corner. Picks it up, spins. Gets bumped behind the net, sends it to the near corner. Richmond Hill plays it out front. Thompson intercepted that, gets it to the far corner. Centering pass picked up by Clark. Hill skated down the ice, down the near wing. Across the blue line. Clark gets taken down. Puck picked up by Richmond Hill to Clark. Clark sends it to Monas in the near side. Pops over his stick, picked up by the Jaguars. Cross ice, still in the Jaguar zone. Played down center ice to the Flyers blue line. Thompson will grab that. Sent off the boards for Brady. Brady lifts it to Arkema in over the blue line. Arkema back to Clark. Clark waits off the near boards to Arkema to the corner. Back to Clark. Back into Arkema. Arkema spins. Back to Clark, and then again to Arkema. Clark to Tribble. Tribble lets a shot go, loose puck. And the goaltender will dive on that. .6:18 to go in the first period. Brown in for the draw. To the right of the Richmond Hill goaltender. Richmond Hill wins it off the boards. Hops over a Hobart stick and goes down the ice. Jaguars player got some speed. Tribble got a good stick on there to break up that shot. Brown gets it to the near corner. Jaguars hold it. Get a piece, fire it across ice. Hobart up to Critchley. Critchley down the far wing over the blue line. Centering attempt to Brown off the post and in. Flyers goal number 86, Alex Brown. 5:49 to go in the first. Brown in for the draw. He wins it to Martin. He lets it go to Hobart. Hobart chips it to the blue line. Critchley touches it into the near corner. Jaguars overskate. Critchley with the puck in the corner. He gets tied up. Brown comes up with it. Brown off the pads. And in. Goal number 86, Alex Brown. Middlehurst in to take the draw for the Flyers. He gets that to Adams. Just had it stripped by the Jaguars. They're in over the blue line. Shot. Gloved down by Milks. He'll hold that for a whistle. Middlehurst takes the draw to the left of Milks, won by the Jaguars. Quick shot, steered wide to the far boards by Milks. Rebound, fired on net. Middlehurst plays it behind, loose puck, and they scored. That was a man left out front. Middlehurst in for the draw after that Richmond Hill goal. Jaguars win it, pick it up at center ice to the far boards, grabbed by Brady. He'll send it into the corner where he gets taken down. Middlehurst try to wrap around, couldn't quite hold on to it. Fired down, too far for icing. Middlehurst in to take the draw. Another draw won by the Jaguars. They'll play that to the blue line and out. Center ice picked up by Thompson. He'll send it off the near boards to the Jaguars blue line. Brady to the blue line. Middlehurst brings it in onside to the near corner. Middlehurst dumps his man. Out front, just topped by Richmond Hill. They'll skate it out of the zone. 2-on-1. Adams doing a good job trying to get back. Cross ice pass just out of the reach of the Jaguars player to the blue line. Middlehurst can't get it past the lines. Brady picks it up off the boards before he gets tied up. Brady in over the blue line. Gets the puck to the far or near corner. Brady to Middlehurst. No one out front. Mason with the quick shot. And the goaltender will hold that for a whistle. 4:03 to go in the first period. Mona's in for the draw. He wins that clean to Tribble at the point. Tribble fires it to the near corner for Clark. Clark intended for Hobart, who was pinching, couldn't quite get there. Tribble turns and fires. It's a Jaguars player on the skate, and they'll bring it up center ice. Kicked into the Flyer zone. Hobart off the near boards. Center ice for Clark. Clark's in over the blue line. Poke check, gets the puck to the near corner. Clark, patient, walks out with it. Still has it in his feet. Turns and fires. Missed just wide. Tribble pinching, gets it to Monas. Monas drop back for Hobart at the point to Clark. Clark sends it to the far corner for Tribble, who gets bumped. Jaguars send it to the near side. Picked up by Arkema. Arkema tried to hit Tribble. Puck touched and driven out over the blue line. Arkema to Hobart in his own zone. Hobart back to Arkema, just a little too hot. Couldn't hold on to it. Touched by Tribble. Hobart gets back, sends it to the near boards. Jaguars are there. Turns, fires, Milks with the save. Tribble sends it around the boards to the blue line, not out. Rebound bounced over Hobart's stick. Richmond Hill comes up with it. Turns and fires on net. Clark gets tripped. Loose puck. Arkema pokes at it. Tribble sends that to Hobart at the blue line. Hobart through center ice and over the Jaguar zone. Turns and fires into the pads. He'll hold that for a whistle. Brown in for the draw. One by the Jaguars to the near corner. They'll play that behind their net. Change directions out to the near side. Martin's there. Martin doesn't get the shot off. Flyers are going to the power play. Touched by Richmond Hill. That'll be 2 minutes for cross-checking. Brown in to take the draw for this Flyers power play. From draw. Picked up by Critchley. He gets it knocked off his stick. Richmond Hill's got the puck behind their net. Clearing attempt blocked by Campbell. He gets Krause. Krause with the shot, missed just wide. Critchley picks it up, sends it out front. Cleared out by the Richmond Hill. That'll go down the ice. Campbell back to pick it up in the far corner. Settles it down, comes up the near side, hits Critchley, center ice. Critchley back in his own zone, goes up the far wing. He gets bumped. Somehow that wasn't offside. Cleared to the blue line, kept in by Krause. He sends it to the far corner. Richmond Hill clears it to the half boards. Critchley to Krause. Campbell at the blue line keeps it in, sends that to the far corner. Richmond Hill fired around the far boards. Krause had his stick lifted. Puck comes down into the Flyer zone. Campbell to Brown at the blue line. Brown back in his own zone, circling. Comes up the far side. Hits Critchley on the near wing. Critchley pauses, shot just over the net. Flyers are changing their D. Brady pinching, coming off the bench, gets it to the corner. Picked up by Richmond Hill. They'll clear to the blue line, kept in by Thompson. Thompson to Brown at the point. Brown steps around two. Walks up front, shot off the post and in. 49 seconds to go in the period. Flyers goal scored by number 86, Alex Brown. Mason steps in to take the draw. He wins that hard forward into the Richmond Hill zone. Adams forechecking, gets the puck to Thompson. Thompson up the wing, through Adams' legs, loose puck out front. Middlehurst with the stick check, comes up with a loose puck. Middlehurst behind the net. Out to Adams, he scores. Flyers goal scored by number 5, Quinn Adams. .28 seconds to go in the period. Mason on the draw, comes up to it, gets it to Brady. Brady to the far blue line, stabs that forward, gets it in the zone, cleared out. Brady picks it up, walks in. Brady intended for Adams, couldn't quite reach it. Adams off the half boards, picked up by Richmond Hill, though, brings it to the blue line and out. Through center ice into the Flyer zone. Mason swiping at it, holds up his man, looks to steer that to the far side. Easy save, Brady. Back to Adams, just out of his reach, and that'll do it for the first period. Mason in to take the draw to start the second period. Mason wins it clean to Brady along the near boards. Brady off the boards to Middlehurst. Backhand pass to center ice, picked up by Brady and over the blue line. Brady drops it, nobody's there, picked up by the Jaguars, and they'll skate it out through center ice. Send it to the near side. Mason, picked up by the Jaguars, fired back to the Flyers end. Goes back and forth through the neutral zone. Jaguars back in their own zone. To the Flyers blue line, picked up by Brady. He'll bring it into the zone. Brady to Middlehurst. Lazy skating here, boys. Jaguars with control on their own end. Passed out the far boards. Through center ice into the Flyers end. Drop pass to the blue line. Backhand pass picked up by Middlehurst. It's Moniz. Moniz touches it into the zone. Middlehurst at the half board, sends it to the corner for Moniz. Mason steps in to help. Moniz comes up with it, shovels that to Hobart at the point. Hobart winds up with a shot, missed just wide. Moniz picks up the rebound, takes behind the Jaguars net. To Mason, back to Moniz. Moniz with a shot from a steep angle, loose puck. Pad save, another loose puck. Go get it, Jack. Off a Hobart stick to the blue line, kept in, across to Tribble. Tribble sends it to Mason, he turns and rifles it, missed behind the net, puck will go down into the Flyers' end. Milk sets it up for Hobart. Hobart out the far corner, hits the brakes, backhands that to Arkema at center ice. Flyers back in over the blue line. Drop pass to Moniz. Moniz with a shot, tipped off the side of the net. Arkema gets the puck to the far corner. Arkema to Hobart. Hobart with a shot, loose puck. Rebound, they score. Moniz. Flyers goal number 14, Joseph Moniz. 12:54 to go in the second period. Moniz steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. On by the Jaguars, back in their own zone. Right off the boards, Arkima's there to hold it in. Arkima kicks it towards center ice, off Mona's stick, or skate. Mona's cycling, cross ice to Tribble, he'll keep that in. Throws toward the net, or thrown towards the net. Arkima to the far corner, throws it out front. Clark with the rebound, he'll bury that. Flyers goal scored by number 41, Aiden Clark. Mona steps in to take the draw. Won by the Jaguars, back to their blue line, off the near boards. Arkima almost intercepted that. Loose puck picked up by Arkima. He'll get the blue line. Tapped it to the near corner. Arkima in deep. Monas picks it up, walks out with it. Monas got a stick check. Puck comes to the far point. Campbell keeps it in. Jaguars cleared out to center ice. Kraus off the far boards. Jaguars pick it up and bring it in the Flyers' end. Drop pass, off the skate shot. Milks with the rebound. He'll put that out. I don't know how there's no call on that one. Kraus gets labeled into the net, knocks the net off. Brown in for the draw. Scrum draw picked up by Brown. He grabbed by the Jaguars, and they'll fire that tip wide of the net. Rebound. Kraus gets it to the blue line to center ice. Jaguars fire that puck back in. Campbell back in his far corner. Off the far boards for Critchley. He just overskated it. Jaguars cleared out front. Campbell right to the Jaguars player. Shot, Milks with the save. Brown couldn't clear it. Jaguars give him a hand. Clear that to center ice. Critchley. Bit of interference maybe. No. Brown to Campbell. Campbell sends that to center ice. Martin couldn't quite get there in time. Campbell back to Martin at the blue line. Martin in. Martin spins along the near board, centers it for Brown. Brown runs into traffic. Brown still on the half boards. Puck to the blue line to Kraus. He'll get that back into Brown. Brown to Kraus. Kraus lets one go. Glove down by the goaltender. Mason in for the draw. Wins it back to Middlehurst. To Brady, he keeps it in. Back to Middlehurst. Across to Mason. Mason centers it for Middlehurst. Couldn't pull the trigger. Puck cleared to the half boards. The blue line kept there by Brady. He'll send that in. Picked by the Jaguars. They'll come down the near wing. To the corner. Brady picks it up. Leaves it in the corner. Turns. Fires it at the far side for Hobor. He'll let it go over Adams. Adams out over the blue line through neutral ice. Brings it into the Jaguar zone. Just lost it. Picked up by the Jaguars. They'll change directions. Bring it back in the Flyer zone. Backhanded towards the Flyers net. Milks is there to steer that wide. Thompson to Middlehurst. Middlehurst hits the Jaguars player. Send it back in the far corner. Brady misplayed it. Adams back there. Sends it to behind the net. Thompson, Brady. Jaguars walk out with it. Centering attempt picked off by Brady. He'll get Middlehurst at the half boards. Middlehurst intended for Mason. Gets to Adams. Adams down the far wing. In over the blue line. Drops it for Mason. Mason takes it into the far corner. Back to Mason. Off the goaltender. Just wide. Clear to the blue line to Thompson. He keeps it in. Gets to Middlehurst. Middlehurst. Across for Mason all alone. Another shot from a steep angle, blocked in front by the Jaguars. That puck will settle down in the near corner, center at the far boards. Hobart holds up, gets a piece of it to the corner. Cleared to the half boards by the Jaguars. They get the center ice and fired into the Flyers' end before they go for a change. Tribble in the near corner. He'll touch it. And Flyers are going to the box for charging. Flyers penalty number 22, Justin Mason. 2 minutes for charging. Middlehurst steps in for the draw. 8:48 to go in the period. Jaguars win it to the point. Turn fired. Middlehurst makes the block. Comes to Hobart in the far corner. Hobart drags it along, keeps it in his feet. Puck cleared behind the net. Tribble throws it out front. Middlehurst with a good stick. That would have been right on the Jaguars player. Puck settles down. Picked up by the Jaguars, spinning behind his own net. Clark on the forecheck. Passed up to the blue line and out. To the near boards, in over the Flyers zone. I could have said that was offside. Shot wide of the net. To the half boards. Hobart bumps his man. Clark picks up the loose puck. Sends it to Monas on the near boards. Monas back in his own zone. Puts Hobart on the far wing. Hobart couldn't get there first. Picked up by the Jaguars in over the Flyers blue line. Centered. Hobart with a good play to break up that pass. Jaguars still with possession deep in the Flyers' end. Monas, good stick check. Gets it to the blue line and out. Hobart spinning, lost an edge. 3-0. Monas doing a good job getting back. Milks will hold that for a whistle. 43 seconds to go on the penalty. Monas steps in to take the draw. Monas wins it, loose puck. Kick to the corner. Monas off the glass. Touched by a high stick, and that'll bring the face-off outside the Flyers zone. Monas back in for the draw. Won by the Jaguars to center ice. Misplayed, goes back to the Flyers blue line, off the far boards. Brown picks it up in his own zone. Sends it across to Krause. Krause hard off the boards, that'll come to center ice. Brown picks up that loose puck, walks into the zone, keeps one up, shot, blocker save, or pad save. Rebound to the far boards, picked up by Brown again. He'll turn it back in the zone. Brown walks through, drop pass for Krause. He'll just backhand that into the Richmond Hill zone. Cleared to center ice. Campbell fires it in. Back to 5-on-5. Puck settles down with Campbell, back in his own zone. Campbell misplayed at the Flyers blue line. Puck settles down in the far corner. Brown gets bumped. Campbell gets a piece of it to Critchley. Critchley up to Mason on the near wing. Mason in over the blue line. Hits the brakes. Mason to Brown. Brown with the shot. He'll hold that for a whistle. Save. Face off to the left of the Richmond Hill goaltender. Jaguars win it. Arkema comes up with it. Wraparound, scores. Flyers goal number 8, Maddox Arkema. Something going on with the Richmond Hill net. Critchley steps in to take a draw. Brady just overskated it. Critchley with the puck, back in his own zone. Gives that to Thompson. Thompson off the boards to center ice to Brady. Brady's getting tied up. Lost at the blue line. Martin has to clear. Critchley sends it into the near corner. He picks it up, centers it. Intended for Martin. Kima with a shot, gloved down by the goaltender. Critchley back in to take the draw. He wins it. Thompson steps up, gets it to Brady on the near point. Brady throws it towards the net, missed wide. Arkema at the half boards. Sends it to Thompson at the point. Thompson winds up, shot blocked in front. Brady to Critchley. Critchley pulls it to the near corner. Played back to Brady, pinching. Brady with a backhand centering attempt to Arkema. To Martin at the point. Martin lets one go. Tipped in front by Brady. Cleared out to the far corner. Jaguars pick it up. Passed up to center ice. Off the backhand of Martin. Thompson hauls his man down. He's going to the box. Flyers penalty number 67. 2 minutes for hooking. .505 to go in the second period. Mason steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. Run by the Jaguars to the Flyers blue line. Dumped into the near corner. Tribbles there. Tribble sends it out the near boards to the half boards. Middlehurst got the stick on it, clears the zone. Passed across. Richmond Hill almost intercepted by Mason. In over the blue line. Onside, they'll say. Hobart ties up his man, gets a piece of the puck to the point. Shot. Missed wide. Luckily, Richmond Hill player out front. Cleared out wide by Mason. Shot from the far boards. Mason, again, gets it to Hobart behind the net. Hobart sends it up front to the slot. Shot. Looks there for the rebound. Make the two quick saves there. Puck in the near corner. Jaguars pick it up. Backhand through the middle to Hobart on his stick. He'll get Mason. Mason up to Middlehurst, in over the blue line. Middlehurst drops it for Mason. Mason takes it to the near corner, throws it out front for Middlehurst. Middlehurst. Aggressive goaltender, jump on that one. .47 seconds to go in the Flyers penalty. Clark steps in to take the draw. By the Jaguars to the far corner, cleared to the point. Campbell kept it in for a second, cleared up the far boards. Campbell drops it back, picked up by the Jaguars into the Flyers' end. Drop pass, thrown towards the net, blocked by Krause in front. Picked up by Clark. He'll skate through center ice. Clark in over the blue line, winds up, shoots a mile wide. Rebound comes to the far point, kept in by Campbell. He'll throw that in the direction of the net. Cleared around to the near boards. Clark couldn't hold on to it. Sends it out front. Jaguars to their blue line. Pass almost intercepted by Clark. He'll pick it up, bring it back in the zone. Clark shot, tipped high over the net. I'll do it just for the Flyers penalty. 3:05 to go in the period. Critchley steps in to take the draw. By the Jaguars to the far or near corner. Played around the boards. Thompson at the far point. His pass almost intercepted. Critchley bumps his man. Brown's behind the net. Critchley walks up with it. Monas buries it for a goal. Critchley steps back in to take the draw. Scrum draw. Brady almost jumped all over it. Got it to the blue line. Monas picks it up, brings it in the zone. Drop pass. Brady. Brady tried to hit Critchley. Pops it up and then stops skating. Breakaway. Looks is there. Loose puck and it's in. Jesus Christ. Sit him. Critchley in for the draw. Shovels that forward for Monas in over the blue line. Monas intended for Critchley. Critchley picks it up behind the net. Throws it out front for Brown. Brown across for Hobart at the far point to Monas. Monas to Brown. Brown circles around. Throws it back for Critchley in the near far corner. Critchley under pressure gets it to Monas. Monas to Brown. He gets that behind the net. Backhands it to Monas off the goaltender's pad. Critchley with the backhand, steered wide by the goaltender. Jaguars played it far corner. Brown's there, gets it to Monas, just missed him. Critchley picks it up. Misplayed it. Critchley regains that puck, gets it to Brown on the far side. Shot way wide over the net. Rebound comes to Critchley on the wing near boards. He kicks it to the corner. Played around the far boards. Dribble. Gets it to Brown. Brown to Monas. Monas with the shot. He scores. Middlehurst steps in for the draw. He wins that to Kraus. Kraus hits Martin in over the blue line. Martin gets there first, chips at it. Martin to the corner. He gets pinned. Martin comes up with it. Walks out, backhand. Pad save, rebound at the near side. Kraus pinching. Better piece of it. Played off the boards. Kraus still there. Arkema at the blue line keeps it in. Misplayed. Middlehurst. A little too much on that one. Arkema back to Campbell. To Middlehurst at center ice. Middlehurst hits Arkema in over the blue line. He gets checked. Middlehurst at the blue line. Sends it to Arkema. Arkema tries to step around him. Forgot to bring the puck with him. Jaguars up the near boards. In over the Flyers blue line. Middlehurst to Kraus. Kraus from a steep angle gets to Middlehurst at the blue line. Picked up by Arkema in over the Jaguar zone. Drop pass for Martin. Martin picks it up. Martin tries to come off the boards. Puck's cleared out of the zone. Down into the Flyers end. Kraus picks it up. Across to Campbell. Campbell up to Martin. Martin tried to hit Arkema. And that'll do it for the period. Goaltender change for the Flyers. Gavin Fitzgerald is stepping in to finish off the third. Mason in to start the third. Draw won by the Jaguars. Played to Mason at center ice. To Thompson. Off the Jaguars player. Mason's back in his own zone to pick it up. Off the near boards intended for Middlehurst. Jaguars dump that into the near corner. Brady back. Sends it out the far side for Adams. Adams up the middle. Middlehurst picks it up, skates it down the far wing. In over the blue line. Middlehurst to Mason. Mason shot. Got off the helmet and over the mesh. Face off to the left of the Admirals goalie. Mona steps in to take it. Sorry, Jaguars goalie. Jaguars win the draw. Mona picks it up to the blue line. Tribble was played. Jaguars in over the blue line. Shot. Scores. Mona steps in to take the draw. He wins that to Campbell. Campbell to the far boards, over the blue line, intended for Clark, just out of his reach. There to center ice. Arkema reached for it. Hobart picks it up. Hobart up the near boards. Arkema, he lost it. Clark couldn't hold it. Jaguars back in the Flyers zone. Campbell to Arkema. Hobart had a bit of a run. Arkema overskated it to Monas. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing. Monas lost it. Jaguars dump it into the Flyers zone. Campbell off the far boards. Cleared back to center ice by the Jaguars. Campbell dumps that in off the ref. Jaguars cleared out through center ice. Over the Flyers blue line. Hobart settles it down. Straight to the Jaguars player. We'll send it back in the Flyers zone. Cleared off the far boards. Arkema in over the blue line. Arkema takes it wide. Picks it up behind the net. Arkema throws it out front. Brady walks in off the bench. Shot off the side of the net. Rebound. Clark buries it in the pads. Jaguars come up with it to the half boards. Chip it out over the blue line. Krause back at his own blue line. Sends it across ice. Arkema lifts that in over the forecheck. Arkema picks it up in the corner. Tries to throw it out front. Hits a stick. Critchley runs over his man. Brady with the puck down the near wing. Brady drops it for Critchley. Critchley across to Krause. Krause keeps it in at the blue line. Sends it towards the net just behind. Backhand out front. Nova Flyers are there. Jaguars come up with it through center ice and drag it into the Flyers zone. Krause Right to the Jaguars player out front, thrown towards the net. Fitzgerald will hold that for a whistle. No, they'll let him play it. That was a very delayed whistle, or lack thereof. Fitzgerald touches it in the corner for a whistle. I guess they called it icing. Brown steps in for the draw. Come draw. Brown gets it to the corner, picked up by the Jaguars. Oh, they misplayed it. Played behind their net to the near side. Thompson pinching to the half boards. Gets it in deep to the corner. Tries to throw it out front, hits a skate. Brown to Martin. Martin buries it for a goal. 15 minutes to go in the third period. We're running the clock, so this will go pretty quick. Brown in for the draw. From draw, still sitting there at center ice, picked up by Critchley. He'll get a bit of room and send it down behind the net to the far corner. Brady being way deep again. Centers it. Critchley couldn't quite get there to hold on to it. Critchley picks it up behind the net to Thompson at the half boards. Thompson intended to go to Critchley, picked off by the Jaguars. Brown picks up on it, gets it to Critchley. Critchley to Brown. Brown shot. Rebound out front, kicked out of danger. Clear to the blue line, finally out. Flyers are skating into each other. Back to Thompson in his own zone. He'll hit Martin at the blue line to Critchley. Critchley walks out front, through the legs, rolls on net. Looks like Brady's abandoning the defensive position tonight. Mason steps in to take the draw. Run by the Jaguars to the blue line, Hobor. He'll chip it back in. Flyers have to clear. Middlehurst in on the forecheck. Gets a stick on it to the blue line, just out. Middlehurst under pressure, picked up by Mason. He'll take it to the far boards. In over the blue line, drops it for Adams. Adams missed the shot, Tribble. Gets the puck to the far corner for Mason. Mason behind the net for Middlehurst. He'll bring that to the near corner. Adams steps in to help Middlehurst up the half boards to Tribble at the point. Tribble lifts that to the net. Big rebound, loose puck. Middlehurst couldn't bury the rebound. Picks up the puck in the near corner, getting bumped. Adams steps in to give him a hand. Cleared to the blue line. Mason kept it in. Still has it, gets it to the corner. That'll settle down behind the net. Here to the near boards. Mason overskated it, still there. Centers it, Middlehurst. Middlehurst had a stick check. To Mason in the near corner again. Backhand intended for Middlehurst. Played off the boards to Hobor at the blue line. He sends it to Mason at the half boards. Mason to Middlehurst. Middlehurst with some room, walks out, shoots and scores. Mona's in for the draw. Won by the Jaguars all the way back into the far corner of their zone. Clark applying pressure. Played it to Arkema. He'll get it to Krause. Krause misplayed it. Campbell. Nope. Picked up by the Jaguars back in the Flyers zone. Shot. Scores. 11 minutes to go in the period. Mona's on the draw. Brady picks it up. Pinching again. In over the blue line. Back pass to Clark in the corner. Clark has the stick check. Loose puck. Arkema's tied up. Arkema to Thompson. Thompson winds up. Shot. Wide of the net. Comes to Brady. Brady under pressure. Jaguars clear to Clark. Lets a shot go wide of the net. Rebound to the near boards. Jaguars up center ice. Chipped in over the blue line. Monas to Arkema. Arkema up the far wing. In over the blue line. Pass intended for Clark. That was behind him. Brady winds up. Misses the puck. Monas picks up the rebound. Sends it to the far corner. Here's to Clark at the half boards. Clark changes directions. Picked up by the Jaguars. They'll send it down the ice. Icing's waved off. Brady behind his net, picks it up, comes up the near boards, drops it for Thompson. Thompson up the near wing, in over the blue line, in traffic, gets it across ice to Critchley. Critchley backhands it out front. Thompson lifts it just over the net. Critchley again out front. Martin with the shot. Loose puck, cleared to the near corner. Jaguars will send that behind the net to the far side. Clear to the half boards, picked up by Richmond Hill. Brady at center ice. He'll send it back for Thompson. Thompson in over the blue line to Critchley. Critchley turns and fires wide. Brown picks it up to the half boards. Throws it out front, right on the tape of the Jaguars stick. Jaguars in over the blue line. Shot, nope, no shot. Takes it behind the net to the near corner. He'll get driven off the puck. Critchley up to Martin. Martin gets bumped. Critchley picks up that loose puck in over the blue line. Lost it in the skates. Brown's there to pick it up. Brown takes it behind the net. Thrown out front, intended for Martin. Martin couldn't pull the trigger. Tribble walks in, shot blocked in front. Rebound, goes to the far corner. To the blue line, hops over Critchley's stick. Critchley to Hobart on the near side. He'll bring it in. Hobart through traffic, avoids a hit, picked up by the Jaguars. Martin drops back and D. Brown called down. Critchley on the forecheck. Jaguars get the puck to their blue line and out. Martin picks up that pass. Through center ice, takes an elbow with the chin. Critchley bumps him back. Loose puck comes to center ice. Tribble off the far boards. Jaguars back into the Flyers' end. Tribble hits Hobart on the near boards. Hobart in traffic, bounces off of Critchley, who'll send it into the zone. Middlehurst at the half boards. He gets pinned, kicks it to the corner. Middlehurst comes up with it out front. Loose puck in front. Mason missed with the backhand through the blue paint. Tribble backhands that to nobody, picked up by the Jaguars. Hobart got a piece of the bouncing puck. Plays it back to center ice to the near boards, off the boards, into the Flyer zone for Mason. He'll clear the zone. Richmond Hill dumps it back in. Mason has it in his skates. Cross ice for Tribble. Tribble just out of the reach of Adams. Too far for icing. 7 minutes to go in the period. Mason steps in to take the draw deep in the Flyer zone. Mason gets waved out. Middlehurst in. Middlehurst wins the draw to the far corner. Krause misplayed it. Has it stuck there in the corner, picked up by the Jaguars. They'll play it off the boards to the blue line. Dumped back into the Flyer zone behind the net. Jaguars send it out front. Krause clears it up through center ice. Jaguars just outside the blue line. Centering pass off of Adams' leg. Back to Krause in his own zone. He'll send it off the boards for Mason. He'll bring it back in the Flyers' end. Mason up through center ice. Steps around 2. Just lost the puck. Campbell steps in to pick it up. Campbell lets a shot go. Loose puck. Cleared out. Krause with the shot. Doesn't get all of it. Campbell to Mason. Loose puck. Campbell just overskated it. Krause overskated it. Campbell gets it back to the blue line and back to Campbell. To Krause. Backhand to Middlehurst at center ice. Middlehurst coughs it up. Jaguars back in the zone. Lets a shot go. Fitzgerald will glove that for a whistle and play it. Campbell to Middlehurst at the blue line. Stripped there by the Jaguars. Back to the blue line. Center ice, and we'll dump it back in. Campbell along near boards. Takes it to the far corner for Krause. Krause up the far wing. To nobody. Jaguars play back in offside. Mona steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. Run by the Jaguars through the defense legs. That'll roll all the way down in the zone. Arkema in on the forecheck. Here to the half boards. Monas. Monas takes it to the corner. Still has it. Arkema steps in to try to help Richmond Hill. Good stick by Brady. Shot, save, rebound, comes out to the far point. Brady just overskated it. Misplayed. Richmond Hill back in the Flyers' own shot. Fitzgerald with the save, cleared out. Picked up by Thompson, he gets bumped. Arkema up to Monas at the blue line. Monas in over the Jaguars' blue line. Kept there. Thompson got a piece of it, winds up, lets a shot go wide of the net. Rebound to Tribble at the half boards. He stick handles it to the corner to Clark. Clark behind the net. Tries to throw it out front, intercepted by the Jaguars. They'll play it out the far boards. Kept in by Tribble. Clark spinning behind the net. He gets bumped. Monas picks up the loose puck and walks out to the near corner. To Thompson. Thompson throws it on net. Rebound. Out front, shot. Saved by Jaguars goaltender. Monas out front to Tribble. I don't know why Tribble's way down behind the goal line. Seems kind of typical for the Flyers today, though. Cleared out by the Jaguars. Picked up by Arkema at center ice. Arkema backing over the blue line. Lays it through them. Doesn't pick it up. Cleared out front to the blue line. Hobart with the shot. Loose puck. They'll hold it for a whistle. Well, they didn't call it. They played it. I don't understand why they're not blowing it. .2:10 to go in the third period. Brown steps in to take the draw. In his feet, gets to Martin. Martin across the Tribble, lets a shot go. Steered just wide. Martin picks it up in the near corner. Critchley with a one-timer shot. Brown with the rebound. He buries it. Mason steps in to take the draw. By the Jaguars, Flyers come up with it. Krause to the near boards for Campbell. He'll send that up to center ice for Critchley. One touch onto Martin's chest to Mason. Mason with the shot, high over the net. Critchley picks up the rebound, gets it to the near corner. Thrown out front. Mason didn't have a stick down. Loose puck, tapped by Martin, and it's in. 40 seconds to go in the period. Critchley in for the draw. Picked up by the Jaguars. Played to the far boards. Mason intercepts that, gets it to Critchley. Critchley gets tripped up. Jaguars pick up that loose puck, bring it back in the Flyers zone. Up to Mason, he'll clear it out past the blue line. Jaguars back in their own zone. Critchley in on the forecheck. Cleared off the skate of Martin to center ice, picked up by the Jaguars. They'll bring it in the near wing. Shot, pad save by Fitzgerald. Mason just keeps it in the near corner, the far corner. That'll do it for the game.